Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will be learning how does internet function. So in the last few videos I know this is Java playlist but it is very important to understand the basics of networking in order to learn Java. That forms the base of our knowledge. So, in the last few videos, we understood what is a network, what are the requirements of setting up a network, how the internet was formed, intranet, internet versus extranet. And then in the last video, we learned about PAN, LAN, WAN, and MAN. So now we will understand how does internet function. So if you see my video of requirements for setting up the network, so there we learned that any network requires three main components. That is hardware, software and protocol. So internet is what? Internet is also a network of network. Internet is the largest network in the world. It connects all the computers of the world. So internet is the network. So for internet to function, we require similarly like in network, we require three major components: hardware, software and protocol. So what are the hardware components in internet? Hardware components are nothing but the physical devices that makes up the internet. So we have also learned previously what is the difference between client and a server. So client is the one that is being served by the server. Server is sending the information, client is retrieving that information. So in our internet, the one that provides the website, that hosts the website, is called a server. And we, like I am, you opened youtube.com, where YouTube page is stored. That computer will be called a server. And I am accessing youtube.com by writing on my web browser, either Chrome or Firefox, www.youtube.com. And then I hit enter and I get the YouTube website. That website I get from the server. And I am a client that is accessing the information provided by the server. So I will be a client. So my computer will be a client that is accessing the information on available on internet. Or if you are seeing my video from phone or tablet, so that is a client device. So we are the ones that are making the request. We are accessing the information, we are accessing the video, we are playing the video. So we are clients. Like our device, basically, our device is a client device. So we need a device in order to uh, in order for internet to work. Basically, if we want to utilize internet, we need a device that will be our client device. And then the website will be hosted on a server. The website is saved somewhere. We are getting the website from somewhere. So that computer where we are getting the website from, that is a server. So in the server computer, either you will have web server installed. Web server, the sole job of web server is to deliver the website. Okay. So if you want to understand the client server concept more in detail, you can watch my previous videos. There I have explained it in great detail. So right now we know that for internet also we required client computer as well as we require servers. So we don't only have servers that delivers website. We have other types of server too, like application servers. For example, there's a company and they have their own application server that manages the attendance of the employees. Or in banking, they have their own server to manage the data. So they those are specifically owned by the organization and handle some kind of business logic. So we have application servers too. And we also have database server that stores and manage the data. So in our case, if we are writing youtube.com, so we are getting information from a web server. YouTube website is stored there in the server, and we are getting that information on our client device. Okay, so hardwares that are needed for the internet, the main two hardwares are you need a client device and you need a server. And then other hardwares can be routers and switches that helps to route the data through the network. Modems, it connects your local network to the internet. And then this is the main one, ISP, internet service provider. So you need access to ISP. Suppose I have my laptop. Okay. And I want to access youtube.com. I cannot access unless my laptop is connected to internet. So I will have to contact someone from Airtel or whichever Wi-Fi is available in my region. So suppose Airtel, I will ask them to please give me their Wi-Fi router or anything, and then I will be able to connect to internet with the help of Airtel service provider. So there are various internet service providers like Airtel and I can't think of more. Airtel. Yeah, we have Geo as well. BSNL was there. So Vodafone. So we have a lot of internet service provider. So to connect our client computer to internet, we also need internet service provider. We need help of those. So that internet service provider give us access to the internet. So now I can write youtube.com on my browser in my client computer, in my computer, basically personal computer, and I will get the information from the YouTube server only because I am connected to the internet, and that is achieved by the help of internet service provider. Also, they provide DNS server by default. So, what is DNS? The full form of DNS is domain name system. It is domain name system. So, what DNS does is, and also let's discuss DNS just in a moment. Also, internet service provider help us route our request to the correct server. So what happens when I type google.com? I have written the entire flow here. So if I type google.com, then my first I need a browser. The software that I need, I'm talking about hardware right now, but I also need a software that is a browser. Suppose on Google Chrome or Firefox, I type in google.com. Then my browser will communicate with DNS, domain name system, that is provided by my ISP, internet service provider. So then what DNS will do, it will convert this domain that is it will convert the google.com into an IP address. IP address will be something like um suppose 6 dot or 8.8.8.8, something like that. Okay. So DNS, domain name system, will convert google.com into an IP address of Google. Okay. What is the exact IP address of Google? It will convert it to that. Then my device will send the request to that IP address. That is, it will send the request to the web server of Google. DNS help us to identify the IP address from the domain name from google.com. So if we type google.com, DNS will be like, oh, google.com. What is the IP address of Google? Where is the information that you want to access? Where is Google server? Where is it stored? So it will get the address. Suppose it's 8.8.8.8. Then now my device will send the request to the web server 8.8.8, which is the web server of Google. And then the web server will send back the page. It will send me the Google page back to the device. And now my browser, it will receive information in the form of code, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That information, Google will send it to my device. And now the browser in my device will style it and help me display that information correctly. Okay. So this is the entire flow. So, so this is all the hardwares that we need for internet is client, server, and we might need some router switches, that is Wi-Fi modems. Basically, ISP will install a Wi-Fi modem to at my home so that I can connect to internet, and ISP, of course. So all these hardwares we need, and this is the flow. Basically, DNS help us to convert the domain name into an IP address, and then our request is from my client device. The request is sent to that IP address, and then we receive information back to our client from that IP address, and my browser helps to display that the web page. Now, the software that we need, obviously, we need an operating system in our computers that we have discussed in last video. We need Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Android, iOS. That needs to be installed on both the client and the server machine. There should be an operating system on both the client and the server machine. Then we need a browser on our client machine. That browser can be Chrome, Firefox, Safari. Basically, browser is used to access the website, and it is used to interact with the internet. We have to type in the domain somewhere, right? So that information, for example, Firefox is my browser, so I need that on my client computer to access the internet. I want information from Google server, so I need a browser. And now I can type in google.com. Then my DNS will convert it into some IP, Google's IP, and I got the information back from the Google server. That is a Google search page. And on the server side, we need web servers installed, right? So that will help us to deliver the website. So there are the examples of web server software that are installed on the server machines are Apache, Nginx. So these are few of the web servers that can be installed. And if my um, as we discussed, there are other kind of servers too, like applications servers that is designed for performing specific tasks, specific for specific applications. So in that case, the softwares that needs to be installed for application platform are Node.js, the Django, Java, Java EE. So these are the software that needs to be installed for application server. And if I want my system to be treated as a database server, then I need to install some database softwares like MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB. These are few of the examples of database softwares. Now, our third point, we have discussed for a network we need a hardware, software, and protocol. So now we know what kind of hardwares we need for internet. We also know what kind of softwares we need. Now we will discuss protocols. Protocol is nothing like right now I am communicating with you in English language. Similarly, the communication between client and server on internet needs to follow some rules. They need some language to communicate. These are called protocols. Protocols are basically rules that defines how the internet is transferred, how the data is transferred over the internet. So protocols are nothing but some rules that defines how the data needs to be transferred from server to client or client to server. Okay. So the mostly used protocol is HTTP. As you can see, if I open Firefox, if I write google.com, and if I just double click it, you can see HTTPS protocol is being used. So it follows HTTPS protocol. S means secure. HTTP is hypertext transfer protocol. Okay. So this is the most common protocol that is used for web communication. That is for loading website. The full form of this is hypertext transfer protocol. Then we have other protocols too. Even domain name system has a protocol inside that, that is DNS only, which converts the domain name to IP address. The other protocol we have, that is TCP/IP, transmission control protocol, or you can say internet protocol, as we have discussed this in our earlier videos. So this breaks the data into packets and then it ensures delivery. So this is the foundation of all internet communication. So we follow TCP/IP protocol for sending and receiving information. HTTPS is used mainly for web communication. And then we also have few other protocols. If we want to download a file from the internet, that will follow the protocol of FTP, which is file transfer protocol. And if we want to send mails or receive mails, for sending mails, it will follow SMTP, which is simple mail transfer protocol. And for receiving mail, it will follow IMAP. So basically, for sending and mails, SMTPUs, for receiving for receiving and storing emails, IMAP is used. IMAP is Internet Message Access Protocol. So we have different types of protocols that are being used for communication. So, protocol is nothing but a set of rules that computers follow to communicate with each other. Basically, it is a common language that ensures both sides understand each other. So, the hardwares, softwares, and these are the protocols that are used by internet. Mostly, internet is using HTTP or HTTPS protocol. HTTPS means it is more secure, and HTTP is an application level protocol. Beneath it is using for transmission, it is using TCP and IP protocol. Basically, it breaks the data into packets and delivers it to an appropriate IP address using TCP IP protocol. So I hope you found this lesson useful. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section. And if you like this video, then please make sure to subscribe to my channel. That will motivate me to make more such videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Take care.